Hey y'all, I'm JamesWright and welcome back to Wizards News. Tomorrow we have a community day and this is going to be a lot of fun and I'm really getting excited about this if you can't tell. But we need to talk about what all you need to do to prepare for it. There are a bunch of things you can do now to make sure that it is a very valuable day. So let's dive in and take a look at this. Now, one of the really fun things about Wizards Unite is that there is no one particular goal. A lot of people are in it to upgrade their level and get to level 60. Some people are in it for collecting these stamps and the foundables and completing the registry. Some people are all about building the skill tree, and some people are all about hitting the assignments and achievements and completing those rewards. So everyone's going to have a different goal, and depending upon what your goal is, you're going to want to focus on different things throughout the day. So because of that, I'm going to be focusing on two different methods of playing the day. Some people will really want to focus on the fortresses, and some people will really want to focus on foundables. And each one has their merits, and I'll be talking about those in turn. If you've played Pokemon Go, you know what Community Day is. It's a time where everyone can get out, and it's a great chance to meet other people who are playing the game in your area. So you can be walking around regularly where there are a lot of inns and other sites and locations, and you'll probably be bumping into other people playing the game because everyone wants to get out for Community Day. And to do this, they offer a bunch of other things that only happen on Community Day, ways that you can play the game a little faster or add extra buffs to you in one way or another. Number one, there are going to be increased spawns, so there will be more foundables happening around you. Particularly Hogwarts schools, the one with 9 3/4, you'll see those happening quite a bit, and so you'll have a greater chance of finding foundables. And if you're really focusing on completing a registry, this may be the time to focus on your Hogwarts school registry because there'll be more of those happening throughout this 3-hour window. Now, depending upon where you live, this 3-hour window will be in different places. If you're in Asia Pacific, then it'll happen between 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. A East time, and so you're going to want to figure out where that fits for you. If you're in Africa, India, Europe, that is going to happen between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. UTC. And if you are in America or Greenland, that is going to happen between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Pacific time. So for me, it's going to be 1 to 3 p.m., and I can work on that because I'm in Central Time. So figure out where your time slot is from those. One of the big bonuses they're going to be giving is everyone in the store is going to be able to get a free box that has 50 energy as well as 1 Barufio's Brain Elixir. So that's a free thing that anyone can get. You just have to log in during that time and you can get that out of the store for free. There are also 2 items that are going to have increased capabilities. One is Barufio's Brain Elixir. Normally it gives you 2 times the amount of XP when you use it. However, for this, it's going to give you 3 times. So if you get 100 XP from a foundable, Barufio's Brain Elixir would normally make it 200. For this, it's going to make it 300. That means you can upgrade your XP much faster. This works in fortresses, foundables, as well as port keys. So you'll be able to get 3 times the XP from any of those during that 3-hour window. This means you're going to have 6 Barufio's Brain Elixirs on hand for that 3-hour window. Now, you are going to be getting 1 of them free from the store, so you only have to have 5 of them stocked up. So brew them up now and hold on to them and get ready to use them when they are most usable, which is during that 3-hour window of the Community Day. Next, there are dark detectors. And if you don't know, dark detectors increase the amount of spawns around an inn that they're used on, as well as the quality of the spawns. So you're going to be getting more that have flares on top of them or are harder to find. Normally, dark detectors will only last for 30 minutes. So you have a 30-minute window to use them. But for the event, they'll actually last for an entire hour. So you can use 3 of them and have them consecutively throughout the hour. Now you can put more than 1 on each inn, so you could have 3 of them on an inn at a time. That means you'd need 9 of them. But the nice thing about Community Day is there's a lot of other people around who are thinking about doing the same thing, and so you can share the burden of using dark detectors. So I would usually suggest you have at least 3 for the 3 hours because they'd be very useful, but maybe as many as 9 so that you could do 1 inn completely during that time. But if there are other people walking around, maybe you can then consolidate and all get in the same area and buff up those inns so you can all work together and not have to use as many dark detectors. So let's talk about the two different methods that people are looking at for this. Number one, there are people who are wanting to grind XP, and you want to get out as much XP as you can as possible in the time. And if this happened last week, I'd say let's just focus on fortresses because that is where the XP is. But they've recently knocked back the amount of XP you can get from a fortress, and I still haven't figured out which is better, fortresses or grinding foundables. And I'm leaning towards grinding foundables as being more, especially with this, with being able to have the 3 times brain elixir. You should be able to get out as much as 30, maybe 35,000 XP from grinding foundables during that time. Especially if you have on dark detectors, you might be able to bump that up even more. And so a lot of people are really going to be focusing on the foundables, and that is going to be working for your registry and as well as working for your XP. So if that is the direction you're wanting to go, it is very nice because then you're walking around and there's more chance that you're going to be bumping into other people. The problem with it is some people go this way and some people go that way, and so you may not be hanging out with people as much. The other method is going to be getting the fortresses. And one of the interesting things about this is if you have 5 people in a fortress, so if you can get 5 people together to work on a fortress, you get twice the XP normal. And then you add on top of that the Barufio's Brain Elixir, which gives you 3 times. So that means if you're doing a fortress, you're actually going to be getting 6 times the normal XP. So if you're doing a fortress level that's only going to give you 100 XP, that means every time you complete it now, it's actually going to give you 600 XP. And that may be very valuable. The way they've ranked it now, it's generally better to go higher and higher in the fortress. So whatever is a level that you can regularly complete with a decent amount of speed, that's what you're going to want to be focusing on. The nice thing about fortresses is you'll also be getting foundables that you can only get in fortresses, as well as you'll be getting other things such as books and scrolls that you need for upping your skill tree. So if that is the direction you want to go in the game, you may be wanting to focus on fortresses and finding a few other people you can get together with and just grind out the fortress during that 3 hours. There is a lot of fun to that because you do get more chance to talk with other people and to hang out with them and to get to know them a little bit better. So it really comes down to what are your goals for the community day. Personally, I'm going to spend about half the time grinding foundables. I'm going to spend about half the time in a fortress. So I'm really looking forward to seeing which I like more and being able to figure out which one might actually be better for the future. This is the first community day and we're expecting to have this about once a month from here on out. So it will be kind of something fun to see because in Pokemon Go for community day, you're just out grinding shinies. You're just wanting to get that, and everyone's doing the same thing, walking around trying to find that. Whereas in Wizards Unite, there are a lot of different things that you can do, and so everyone has a slightly different strategy. How are you going to do it? So make sure you have your 6 brain elixirs, well only 5 because they give you 1 for free, and make sure you're stocking up on dark detectors if you're really going to be wanting to grind out those foundables. And remember, dark detectors do last for an entire hour, so you don't need quite as many of them. I'd love to hear your ideas. Do you have a particular plan or strategy for Community Day? Something that is working specifically for you and your plans? I'd love to hear that. Let me know down below. Also, if you did like the video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell, all those fun things. That really does help out the channel. It means a lot to me. Thank you for that. So I think that's it for today. If you do have any questions, let me know. And until next time, have a magical day. Frogs made of chocolate. Let us open it and see what we get, huh? Hinges of Woodcraft. I haven't got one of him in a little while. It's kind of nice. So if you'd like to get this, come see me at an event and I'll be giving them out. Until next time, bye.